For you to be one of the people that was in the room up there, how was the room taking that? Like
the same way y'all took it. We laughed our ass off. We was laying on the floor. It was hollering. It was crazy. It was the best moment of the whole show. I mean my joke was pretty.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Michael, you had said in regards to, of course, I don't know how someone could say something to affect you, especially if it's negative. Could it be, and I'm gonna say it like this: could it be your conscience? Now, when I say that, you were part of something in which very infamously, Shaq put together the Emmitt Smith roast.
Why you say infamous? It was famous. That was a great roast.
That
was one of the greatest roasts I've ever seen.
Some careers got made.
Yeah.
Some careers got broken.
One career got
broken.
One guy he was out of his depth.
Yeah.
He should have been bad motherfuckers like that because he didn't have the tools. He was trying to have a battle of the wits and he came unarmed.
Oh,
and then Jamie Foxx is a man. So you don't want to go toe to toe with Jamie Foxx.
Do you think Doug Williams knew that? Like, I mean, coming into that room, like, I'm up here with masters.
I don't think that he understood the depth of the crowd that were there. Everybody sitting there was bad motherfuckers. Period. They could change their name, put on their fucking ID, bad motherfucker in their address. Everybody there was bad motherfuckers. You gotta be a bad motherfucker to hang out with bad motherfuckers. You can't be mediocre or regular and think it's gonna work with titans and kings of the industry. It ain't gonna happen. You gotta look at the motherfuckers eye to eye and hit them with some real funny, clever shit. And if your shit ain't working, have the graciousness to say, you know what? I really ain't even ready to do this. Hey, y'all, I apologize. I shouldn't be fucking with y'all, man. Let me get on over here. I'm gonna see y'all at the club. Leave with some dignity. But don't challenge a fucking beef. Jamie can do everything. The nigga's smart. He's funny. He can tell jokes. He's intelligent. He can play any fucking instrument. He knows how to talk to people. He's elegant. That motherfucker can do it. And you don't want to be fucking with him unless you a bad motherfucker too.
For you to be one of the people that was in the room up there, how was the room taking that? Like
the same way y'all took it. We laughed our ass off. We motherfuckers was laying on the floor. Niggas was hollering. It was crazy. It was the best moment of the whole show. My joke was pretty, but it was the best moment. It's the moment people will never forget.
Did anyone go console Doug after that? Like, did any comedian go?
I didn't see anybody give him a hug, but I mean, it's not. We're not there for that. I just fired my feature. He's a white guy I work with named Patrick Puckett, who's very, very funny, and he's going to be in a sketch comedy I'm creating. That we shot actually in somebody's garage. We call it the Garage Show. And we took his garage and turned it into a whole fucking studio. We're doing interviews, cooking shows, everything. And he's a funny motherfucker. But he wasn't that when I hired him. And so he didn't tell me till he get there. Day before yesterday, when he get there, day of the first show, man, I haven't been on stage in a year. I'm like, what? Well, I thought that I just was through with life. I just didn't want to live no more. I was giving it all up. He said, I took everything I own and gave it to other people because I was out of here. And then I had an epiphany and God said I really should stay. So now I'm staying, but I gave away all my shit. He said, so I haven't been on stage in a year. He tells me that before he goes. Then he goes on and he did okay. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't quite good. So last night I said, bro, I'm watching your sets. You need to be good to stay. First set, crickets. I thought I was in a fucking public library. It was quiet as fuck. Second was even worse. But because he just hasn't been there. He hasn't done it a year. If Eddie Murphy tried to come back and do stand-up, it's gonna be difficult unless he finds 3 or 4 really clever comedians of the day to walk him through it and then go to little spots where motherfuckers don't see him, don't know, don't go crazy because he Eddie, and do 10-minute spots at a little place, sneak in and do shit. Don't go in front of these motherfuckers and do an hour. You ain't tested that shit. And because the audience is brutal. Comedians, the audience for comedy is brutal. If you funny, they adore you. If you not, man, them motherfuckers, they smell the blood in the water and they'll come and get you.
Who did you look up to as a comedian?
I have 4 like staples, but my mother was the funniest person I ever knew. She was friggin' hilarious about everything, and she honored that I thought I was funny as a little boy. So she honored it. You know, that's another thing I have to say, that that's one thing that I don't see black people do enough of, and white people do it all the time. They encourage their children when they're very, very young. So if you see our little Shirley jumping around, dancing, black parents also, Shirley, find some place to sit down. You see Muffy doing it. Look at Muffy. She's gonna be a ballerina. You know, you see a black kid doing his beats, right? He wanna be Tupac. He doing beats. Nigga, hit on something else. I'm gonna hit you in your fucking head. White kid, he beating on shit. Look at Billy. He's gonna be a drummer. They go out and buy him a set of drums at 7. At 11, no, they make him play in the garage though. He ain't gonna be in the house there. And at 11, by 11, he knows shit. By 17, he's got a record deal and bought mama a house because they start encouraging them very, very young and living. My mama, like you say you play chess. My mother taught all 5 of us. I have 4 big brothers. All of us had to learn. We didn't have to, but she taught us all chess at 8 years old. You know, chess is important because it's the game of life. You should be thinking 3 moves ahead. You shouldn't be just trying to figure out what you're doing today or tomorrow. You need to know what's happening next week. So you be on top of that shit and ready for it. So my mom started early. My dad taught us early. My dad died when I was 12. But by then, he had taught us everything we need to know to take care of ourselves. I know how to fucking iron. I know how to cook, do laundry. I know how to hustle and work. I know how to get motherfucking money. I know how to talk to people. All the stuff we needed to do, be safe. If the parents died, they taught us that shit by the time we was 12. That's what we should be teaching them. And I know y'all like these belts hanging off your ass. That shit's terrible. It's fucking terrible. You can wear it if you want to, but it's fucking horrible. And the people who tell you it looks good, they're fucking tricking you. They're playing with you. They're bumping your fucking head. You need to let that go. It's not a fashion statement. It is. It's a fashion statement. The statement is, stop, motherfucker. It looks terrible. And most of these niggas' drawers ain't even shit. Ugly, fucking, dusty looking fucking drawers. Wear some Versace shit. Wear some Fendi drawers. Wear some fly-ass drawers at least so I can give you some respect. You know what? I'm about to do an initiative. It's called the Wear the Belt Initiative. I'm going to all the thrift stores and buy up all the belts, 25 cents, 50 cents. I'm gonna drape them on my arm. I'm gonna get a 9mm. I'm gonna walk through the community. If I see your pants hanging off your ass, I'm gonna offer you a belt. If you take it, right on. If you don't, pow, pow! 2 forehead. I take out about 6 people. Every nigga in the country be wearing the buckle up to their nipples. But we don't tell our kids that. We tell them, well, go with what all your peers say. Your peers say, do this, do that, do that. That's what you do. But no, because the peers ain't gonna help you when you're in trouble. The peers won't come to your aid. They'll push you out. They're gonna do it, but now, nigga, you got these motherfuckers say you'll ride or die friend. Shit.
So I have a caveat to that. And you know, this has just always been my thought.
I like the fancy word caveat. Go ahead.
Because I watched an older gentleman chastise some young men. I was in the barbershop and they came in, they were sagging, and he immediately got onto them. And when they left, because they didn't even get their haircut or whatever, I said, now, I understand your point she was trying to get across, but don't you think if you tried to build some rapport with them, like, let me show you why. Yeah. Let me show you why this ain't gonna help you get. You can be fly, like you fly, you super fly, like you can be fly. But let me show you, because that what you doing right there, that ain't gonna get you what you trying to get. Yeah,
you're saying the proper way he should have went about it,
right?
But he didn't go about it the proper way. He went the Charleston White way. And Charleston didn't like me anyway because I kept calling him Carlton. I don't think he enjoyed that. So yeah, he went to what I guess he thought it was tough love. But if the message doesn't come through, then the message didn't work, bruh. If I'm telling you something and you don't get it or you don't want to hear it or fuck you, nigga, I ain't who you to tell me, then it hasn't worked. Communication is when I send something to you and you actually get it. If you don't get it, we haven't communicated. I'm just blah, blah, blah. I'm just fucking barking, you know? So he fucked them up. He should have did like I did, like I just did. I do it like comedy. I'm gonna talk to a young guy gentle. I'm gonna pull him to the side. I'm not gonna tell him in front of people, man, that's fucked. I'm gonna pull him to the side and say, really, dude, you should do it for your mother. Do it for your mother. Do it for your father. They would love to see you neat with your shit. But, you know, if you need to look like everyone else to be happy, go on. I'm not gonna interfere, but I'm telling you, you're gonna get more pussy and everything when you, and at the end of the day, Ain't that what it's about?
Hey, come on. That's what you.
Why do we work hard? Why do we grind?
At the end of the day,
it ain't to get a sandwich or the house, nigga. It's to get some good pussy. And my wife, man, she fucked me so good, nigga. She make me miss my young dick. Now y'all young. Y'all young. See, y'all still got the young dick. The young dick, that motherfucker would roar. The young dick knew if pussy was in the neighborhood. My dick now be like, yo, I fuck with you. But nigga, I'm gonna need a nap. You know, it's different. But she make me, she loves me. Oh my God.
So the fact that you count the days that you've been married.
I count the minutes.
The minutes.
I count the minutes.
Man.
I can't talk to her without my voice getting softer. I don't care who I'm talking to. My voice, and I don't do that on purpose. It's I have such a reverence for her. She loves me so good that it humbles me, brother. I don't need an alarm clock to get up in the morning. I'm so fucking excited. I pop up in the morning ready to go. I walk 35% faster because of her. She's giving my heart something extra to thrive about. She a bad motherfucker. If I wasn't me, I would have been her. Ooh. Now, I say that everywhere I go because she insists on it, but that's not what's important. What's important is she is to me what I believe a wife is supposed to be first and foremost to their man, and any woman to their man. She's my friend. She's my friend. You know, and when you're in a relationship, you either got a teammate or a motherfucking opponent. You better figure out which one it is so you know which direction to go.
Hey, talk that shit.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned your mom, of course, and we're going to have to go down the list of other inspirations, but
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't finish answering. My inspirations were 4 comics. It's Red Fox, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and a guy named Lenny Bruce. You know who Lenny Bruce is?
I do not know Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce was a Jewish comedian in the 60s. We wouldn't have a Richard Pryor if it wasn't for Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce lost all his money, because the motherfucker made a gang of money, but he lost all his money going to court fighting for our right to curse on stage. Oh, wow. So he would curse in the 60s. You curse, you get arrested. You get a ticket, then you get arrested. And he would curse every time he could. He would curse and go and fight it every time. He would, sometimes it may be 30, 25, 30 uniformed cops just lying around the wall, just waiting for this motherfucker to curse. He'd do a whole show without cussing and say, fuck you, good night, you know, and they'd arrest him. He'd go to court and people even think the police killed him because he was found dead on his bathroom floor with a needle hanging out his arm. He was a heroin addict, but we think no, because he made them look bad. He made them look bad, but because he fought for our right to say what we want on stage, Richard Pryor was able to speak in his authentic language because he couldn't speak. He couldn't tell you about the brothel where the aunt raised me and his grandmama the hoe and the pimp. So he couldn't talk about that if he couldn't say the words he wanted to say. But Red Fox was the fucking craftsman. He was the technician. That motherfucker could take a joke and spin it and flip it and do it. He had one joke. It was just one sentence. He kept saying the same sentence that turned into a story. It's called, "Oh, John, let's not park here. Oh, John, let's not park here. Oh, John, let's not park. Oh, John, let's not. Oh, John, let's. Oh, John. Oh!" He took one fucking sentence. He was a fucking genius. He wrote poems. And he could be filthy without cursing, but he could be filthy and curse. He's the first black man that ever had a comedy club in Hollywood. Oh, wow. You know, he was a bad motherfucker. So he I listen to for jokes. I do a lot. Some of the little jokes you hear me do now. Red Fox said that shit first, you know, and I use an old joke in a fucking minute. A lot of people are like, don't use old jokes. I don't think old jokes should die, man. Keep jokes alive. I don't think you should stop using a joke just because the motherfucker that wrote it died. He ain't here no more. Red Fox have 75 comedy albums. You know how many fucking jokes that is? Come on. Are we supposed to throw those jokes away? Fuck that. I'm telling them jokes. And I'll tell them to you. Then you could tell them and be a hero and you don't have to pay no fucking royalty. There you know? So those are the 3, and the main one was Eddie Murphy. I got into comedy because of Eddie Murphy. In 84, he was the baddest motherfucker in entertainment. Not just in comedy, in anything entertainment. The Kings of Comedy had a great comedy tour. But Eddie Murphy's Raw, nothing that touched that in concert. Not even a musical concert had not touched what he did with Raw. He did Raw as an album. I was there when he did the live when they had to cut stuff out because he did a piece about, he said, I was watching a movie the other day and I saw, it's a porno movie. And I watched the guy suck his own dick. And I said, Eddie, if you could suck your own dick, would you? Yes, I would, because then I learned how to do it right. And I can teach you, bitch. Look out, bitch. Let me show you how to do this. I mean, he was fucking beyond anything else, and he was like 23, 24 years old. By then, in 84, he had already done Beverly Hills Cops, Trading Places, the first the first Beverly Hills Cop trading places in 48 hours. He'd already done those. He was 24 years old. He saved Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live was gonna close the fucking doors, man. Then they got this boy who was everything. And the motherfucker wear the fuck out of red leather suit. He did all that shit and he had all that money out of telling jokes. And I had been funny my whole life. I didn't know motherfuckers made money like that. I said, shit, I need to get out the mustard and catch up. So I went down to my mama's basement with some Red Fox albums. That's where I was living anyway. And I just play Red Fox albums over and over and stand in the mirror and do them and say them until I could say the motherfuckers like that, like they was mad. People give me credit today for my jokes. Ain't my shit, I sold that. And when I got jokes, I would go around into little clubs and say, look, just give me $15. I'll do 10 minutes. You love me. If you love me, give me $15. I didn't say like me, if you love me. If you don't love me, fuck it, don't give me shit. And you still gonna win, because your people ain't gonna leave. They'll watch a guy fail, but they won't leave. And why you got people coming in first place? So they buy fucking drinks. They can't buy drinks heading out the door, nigga. You need them to stay here. Let me do 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If you love it, give me my money. Them niggas was breaking me off. I asked them 15, they was giving me $30. They was giving me $80. The first time I did, a guy took me to breakfast. He said, give me a pork chop and 2 eggs looking at you. I never heard of sunny side up eggs described like that. Right. And I was like, I only wanted $15. I made $40 and got a meal. Nigga, I never looked back. I did that. I found 10 places in the city and did that every week. I did all 10 places. I get a little bit of money. I had enough to do my shit. Yeah, man.
When they say in their stories that Richard Pryor had got high and set himself on fire,
okay.
Was that true or did that happen? I mean, again,
Absolutely, it's true.
Yeah, so
but he didn't set himself on fire. He didn't say, all right, fuck y'all. And like
yeah.
It wasn't that. But he was working with shit that was combustible, man. You know, he was freebasing, so that shit, you can't fuck with that, man. And he had, I guess, put too much alcohol in, lit it, and set his ass on fire. That motherfucker, he didn't know he could run that fast. That motherfucker broke some records, nigga, but you can't run from fire when it's on your head. You got to lay down. That, you know, the police told me this police joke. This woman, she was putting gas in her car, but then she took it out too quick. You know how you still hold on to it. So the gas was still coming. She had gas all over. She was mad, the motherfucker. So she hung up the fucking gas hole. She get in the car. She slammed the fucking door. Then her ignorant ass lit a cigarette, okay? So she caught on fire in the fucking car. So her brother ran over. He trying to get out. You know, she couldn't open the door. He bust the glass. He dragged out her arm. Or just all of her. She on fire. And he said, ma'am, just hit the ground. Roll over. She's running around on fire. So the police pulled up. And the police got the car. He said, ma'am, just lay on the ground and roll over. She kept running to the police. The police pulled out the gun, shot her, and killed her. You know, that's what they do. And when his supervisor came, he said, well, why'd you shoot her? He said, man, I had to. She come running at me with a firearm. It's a corny ass joke, but it's hilarious. With a firearm. Okay, anyway. So,
freaking.
And there's no place else that joke would have fit except right there.
Right. Oh, shit. So let me ask you, Michael, because I saw this with Robert Townsend, Lawrence Fishburne, after Boys in the Hood came out, Cuba Gooding Jr., they were saying that back then, when you get roles, you would get very typecasted. And you was in Hollywood Shuffle. Is that a thing that where black actors were getting typecast?
It still happened today.
Damn.
You hear Taraji. They still typecast. They only let 1 or 2 black women really be the stars, and they give them all the parts, 1, 2 black men, 5 black men. It's a bunch of cold ass fucking actors. As cold as Denzel, and Denzel is my friend, and I ain't saying nothing negative about you, D. But this actor's as cold as Denzel, but they didn't get the same access, because everything's about access. Yeah. You gotta have somebody to get you in, to put you in the right place so you can make the money. But Hollywood, they have tunnel vision, especially about black people. Mm-hmm. So they take what the type is, they think it's the type, and they keep using that over and over. So they still stereotyping people. Absolutely, it's as true today as it was then.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.